played out in Abu Dhabi. The Knicks and the Sixers, game one of a two-game set here. This is Mike Brown's first game as head coach of the New York Knicks. Scary situation in the preseason early for New York here. Watch Josh Hart. He goes to the ground in pain, and as he goes to the ground, he throws the balls into the stands. He's clearly in a lot of discomfort here. He actually would be ejected from the game for throwing that ball, but of course the concern of injury is first and foremost here. But then you got Jalen Brunson picking up right where he left off with the floater. Karl Anthony Towns tracking down that loose ball for the slam. Some big stuff there from Karl Anthony Towns. We should mention Mitchell Robinson was that fifth starter for the Knicks in this game. A few minutes later, Mikal Bridges goes for the steal. A little reverse layup the other way. A solid opening game here for New York's core group. How about the 76ers? And really by the 76ers, we're talking about rookie BJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe cuts back door. He misses, but he's fouled. He tried to send a message to Mitchell Robinson there. We saw a whole lot of that at Baylor. Look how high he gets up. But that was really the bright spot here for the 76ers. Edgecombe showing his range. That would be the only three that the 76ers made in the first half. 1 of 20 from three in the first half. Oh, we are back, baby. Tyrese Maxey gets inside. Tough up and under. Maxey finishes with 14, but it's the Knicks that win this one easily. Let's welcome in our senior writer, Brian Windhorst, who saw that show live in Abu Dhabi. Our front office insider, Bobby Marks, NBA champ Kendrick Perkins here as well. Brian, you were in the room where it happened, so I want to start with you. Your takeaway from just this one preseason game.
Well, Josh Hart leaving with injury was obviously a worrisome thing for the Knicks. They also did not have OG Anunoby in this game, who was out with a sprained hand. He's day-to-day. The Knicks said that Josh Hart didn't come back in the game because he was ejected, not because he had the injury. So we'll see how that might change over the next couple of days. Josh Hart already dealing with a finger injury that's going to bother him throughout the season. So that injury was probably the headline for the Knicks in this game. One thing I would point out, BJ Edgecombe has really impressed his 76ers teammates over the last week and a half at training camp. And he didn't shoot the ball great in this game, but he played a lot of point guard. He had 14 points, he had 6 rebounds. He is going to get a ton of minutes, and he is going to be really probably something to pay attention to, because Joel Embiid and Paul George are not ready to play yet. They were missing 5 rotation players for tonight's game, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to the final score. And by the way, the final tally, 3 of 35 three-point shooting for the 76ers. But the good news is that the heaves at the end of the halves did not count. So they have that going on.
How do I follow that up there, Malika? I think,
you take a 3.
I think for me there's 2 things. Yeah, you do. There's 2 things here, and it started with what New York did with their opening lineup. Mahomes, Dadier, their first-round pick, started in there, and why that's relevant is because he could be the odd man out when you look at this Knicks roster. They're going to need to clear out some money if they want to keep Malcolm Brogdon and Landry Shamet, who they've signed in the offseason to kind of booster that bench. He certainly struggled shooting the ball 0-5 from 3. The second thing is Deuce is loose, right? Deuce McBride, 12 points coming off the bench. Certainly is going to be an important factor for New York this season as far as where that bench goes. And
you mentioned Paco Dadier. He would have to be moved before October 18th, right, if they were going to be making that sort of move. Perk, I know it's very early in terms of Mike Brown's tenure as Knicks head coach, but I'm hearing even in the preseason, you're already spying something on this new look team.
I'm Kendrick Perkins, better known as Big Perk, and nothing gets past me. Freeze! Just when you thought it did get past me, there I am. I spy a problem. I spy it all. Carry the hell on. Well, y'all know down in Texas, they have this saying called peep game from a player's position. And damn it, I know it's preseason, but I'm peeping things from the New York Knicks in their first preseason game. New coach, new life, new system offensively. Look at Jalen Brunson right here. Look at him outlet the ball. They're playing with pace. They were one of the slowest playing teams offensively last season. Here's the one that got me up off my couch while I was watching. Watch the rebounding here. Now look at Karl Anthony Towns, the big fella, running up the floor, with those size 22s, getting up in transition. This is how Mike Brown wants to play. This is going to help and benefit the Knicks, getting stops, getting out and run, playing with pace. They were one of the slowest paced teams in the league last season, and you could tell Mike Brown has been emphasizing that in training camp because they hit the ground running today.
Yeah, it was notable how fast they were playing even in this first preseason game. For the 76ers on the other side of all of this, there's only so much to take away knowing that there is no Embiid, no George, no Grimes, no Lowry in this game here for Philadelphia, Bobby. But if you're looking at the silver lining of this for the 76ers, what's your takeaway knowing that this is not the roster that they imagined?
Well, I mean, listen, Tyrese Maxey is going to be as good as anybody, any guard out there. I think we saw the flashes, at least in the first half here. And I know VJ Edgecombe certainly struggled here, but that backcourt is something to build off. And when they get back to the States, they'll have Quentin Grimes waiting for him, who signed that one-year qualifying offer on Wednesday to help solidify that backcourt. That won't have Jared McCain for at least the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, Malika, I think the mood around the Sixers right now is don't judge them at the moment. They're going to try to improve the players that they have, with them and active, and they're going to wait for their team to come together. They are optimistic that Joel Embiid is making progress. I'm going to be honest with you. When I heard that, I was like, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm going to report that that's what they said, but obviously you just got to be careful about trusting anything there. But he does look like he's in very good shape. I spoke to him yesterday. He is in good spirits. Paul George is out working out on the court in pregame and around practice. There is signs that these guys are going to come back. But if you're a Sixer fan, I could totally understand what you're saying. I got to wait and see it with my own 2 eyes. But yeah, they are in the Eastern Conference. They do not have to get off to a dynamite start to make the playoffs. They just have to be healthy at the right time. They are preaching patience, and they are preaching to give them time. This team will come together.
I don't think anyone wins a championship in October or November, but I don't know that people are judging the 76ers based off of what they see right now. I think it's a judgment of the culmination of what they've seen over the last season up leading into now, Perk. Am I reading that correctly?
You're right. Seeing is believing, and like Wendy said, he reported what they said, but nobody want to hear those sweet nothings. We need to see it. We want to see Paul George on the floor. We want to see Joel Embiid back on the floor, not only just healthy and in shape, but playing with the right type of mindset and showing that he wants to be there. Right? He the one that went on the rant this offseason, when he sat down and did an interview. So again, we need to see it. We don't want to hear anything from the 76ers. They need to show us.
I think that you speak for many 76ers fans here right now, Kendrick Perkins. Brian Windhorst, it is rapidly approaching midnight time that we've heard from Caitlin Clark since Lynx star Nafisa Collier's pointed comments about league leadership, including recounting a conversation she had with Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, where Nafisa said, quote, she was asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige are clearly driving massive revenue for the league and are making so little for their first 4 years. And Kathy's response, according to Fee, was, quote, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off of the court because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. Here is Caitlin's response to those comments.
First of all, I have great respect for Fee, and I think she made a lot of very valid points. And I think what people need to understand, we need great leadership in this time across all levels. This is straight up the most important moment in this league's history. This league's been around for 25 plus years, and this is a moment we have to capitalize on. So that's honestly what I would say. I think there's, Fee said it